You know, when she was born, it was as if she said, I only have 46 years on this earth, so she just took off.
Boy, and how. Brigitte Louise Jacobson now lives in the clouds above us after serving in the clouds for us. An amazing life as a Navy pilot, only to be shot down by breast cancer. Born a Marine brat in Quantico, Virginia, Dad had naming rights.
And I had 3 names in there, and one of them was Brigitte. The other 2, I don't know. But it was Brigitte, and she was born on my mother's birthday. And my mother's name is Louise, so she's Brigitte Louise.
This is Brigitte's notebook when she was 12. A sticker guides her toward perfection.
It says, my fathers tell airplanes where to go.
Steering her, her Marine Corporal Lieutenant Colonel Dad.
But it was almost like you would see that brain just smoking. And she was going to find a way, even if she had to go outside the box.
He had to make a hard call while she was a senior in high school. He turned down orders to lead London.
I thought I owed it to her. Because like I said, we had drug her around all different places. She left her friends and everything. And, you know, here's a place, I figured this is where her roots were.
Off she went to ROTC at Norfolk State, where she missed the runway and zoomed past Dad in becoming one of the first African-American female Navy pilots.
And the other thing, the amazing thing was about it, she was afraid of heights. And that's what I always ask her, I said, how can you fly and you're afraid of heights? She said, when I'm in that plane, I'm in control.
While she took full control, Dad not so much, especially on the day he pinned wings on his little angel.
I loved airplanes, but I just didn't have, what it took to fly them. But she went on past that and she did it. And I kind of felt like she was kind of taking part of me, along with, what she was doing.
And that moment when Brigitte took off right in front of Mom and Dad's eyes.
Exhilaration of seeing that, and just to know that she was, the one that was pushing the throttle, and that thing was just, it was going. It was sitting up there screaming and yelling, go, 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 go.
Her eyes would find a fellow pilot named Mike. They would fall in love, marry, move to Baltimore, and raise 2 sons.
She wanted to have a baby, and so I told her, I can take care of your baby while you're out to sea. She said, I want to take care of my own baby. And that's when she got out of the military, because she wanted to have children.
Well, you won't find this flying family whisking off to vacations in Disney or Ocean City.
She wanted them to see the world. She did not want them to go to Disney, the small world. She and her husband wanted them to see the real world.
And it's funny that when Lieutenant Colonel Lott went into research and development, he boarded Brigitte's plane, noticed the instruments on board. It's what he worked on 20 years before.
So when I got on this plane and I was talking to the communications officer, she was looking at me kind of strange, like, how do you know about this? And I said, well, I don't really want to make you feel bad or anything. I said, but when you were in kindergarten, I worked on this project.
And here in this box are flying manuals. She was getting ready to teach her sons the art of flying a plane. Well, breast cancer was like a passenger in her body that would never get off. On December the 17th, her life landed.
She wanted no other children to lose their parent to that kind of cancer, so that's why she's donating her body so that they can do science and be able to cure that kind of cancer.
A woman who followed her daddy's footsteps, encouraged by her mom, who volunteered, cheered, mentored many right here in Baltimore, was gone.
Hopefully, I was able to boost her up to the point where she could get to where she was, and she took it from there. And she took it. She did.
What a family.
Powerful story, huh?
A memorial is going to be held for her tomorrow right here in Baltimore. Kelly, she was a track star, and she had a master's in photography. People coming to the memorial tomorrow worked at National Geographic. That's how good of a photographer. She had a dark room in her basement of her home, and that home, by the way, I passed that home every day for 30 years. I always saw it there.
Idea.
Had no idea history lived there. What a family. And I tell you what, salute the Jacobson and the Lott family here tonight. They are tremendous, tremendous heroes.
Thanks for sharing that story with us.
Well,
now,
I got to tell, our director told me about the family and said, you got to do this story. So I owe all the credit to him, because history lives right here among us.
Right here in our neighborhood.
Right.
And if you'd like to see more stories about veterans like that and local organizations that have committed to helping them, head to wmar2news.com/voice for veterans. And hey, we would pitch that story by somebody who worked here. We want to hear from you if you have a story idea. Email us at storyideas@wmar.com.